Hey guys, Jeremiah with Steps Pressure Washing and More. We're heading out to Cary today. We're going to be doing a gutter clean and house wash. And we are also going to be going down and doing a quick finishing of a job that we had back in April. They weren't prepped, or the area wasn't prepped for us, and we were doing the cedar siding on that. So I'll take you along. We'll do a little bit of wood cleaning on the side of their house. But I want to talk to you about one thing today, and yesterday I had two jobs, and at both jobs a neighbor came out and talked to me. And we are in the middle of the slow season right now. You know, we're not going to probably pick back up here in North Carolina until September or October, when it starts to get a little bit cooler outside and people start doing stuff. But for the fact that two neighbors came out and talked to me yesterday tells me one thing, and this is kind of one of my best investments, like a one-time purchase that gets me more leads immediately when I'm out on a job, and that is the truck lettering. I paid, you can see my hat up here, it's still drying out from yesterday's rain. This truck lettering cost me about $500, and one phone call sitting at a red light made back that money. It's incredible how many people I see out riding around that don't have any sort of marketing on the outside of their vehicle. I've had a lot of people, the job I'm doing today is a rental property of a house that I did last month, that they saw my truck parked in front of their neighbor's house and took a picture of it. So off of that one job, I got another lead from the neighbor, and then after I did their house, I'm going to now go do their rental property. So if you don't have lettering on your truck, if you don't even have a magnet on the side of your truck, you are going to want to go ahead and upgrade that a little bit. I 100% recommend having some sort of advertising on the outside of the truck, because that is the best advertising, is being out in the field. Seeing that their neighbors trust you, and seeing that, you know, you are a professional business. So if you have the ability, I would say go ahead and get these done as soon as possible if you haven't already. It has made so many leads off of just a little bit of time, effort, and I mean, at the time it was a lot of money because I had just bought the truck, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. This is a business. All right, let's go do some washing. Alrighty, at job number 1 today, and we're going to be doing the gutters and house washing here, and plus we're going to be touching up the deck just a little bit. I can see right here that there is a gutter guard. These are, looks like the kinds, well, that's not showing up on video, but there is a gutter guard hanging off of this gutter line, and I saw another one hanging off of another gutter line. So a little bit interested to see what I'm going to end up with here. We definitely have the vine roots, or whatever they're called here. Already talked to the client. They're aware that this will not come off, but it's going to get washed around. This one's definitely in need of a little TLC. Got a lot of cobwebs. I'm seeing some growth up here in the top corner, so really going to be interested to see what these gutters look like once I get up there. But not a lot of algae growth, but definitely a lot of presence of bugs, and just needs a little love today. Some of these gutter lines are going to be a little bit more difficult to reach, and I'll show you this one here. This guy right up here, oh, I got you zoomed in. This gutter line is pretty high, but I should be able to reach it no issue with the 26 foot. But then right over here we have a gutter line right underneath the tree limbs, and I'm going to have to get kind of skinny to get in there. We're not going to be doing the brick today. We're only going to be doing the hardy board siding and the gutters. So not washing the gutters though. Yeah. And then check to see over here. Yeah, again, not much for algae, just a good bit of bug buildup, and needs a little love. Alright, so these are significantly worse than what I was anticipating. I have a pretty significant pile up here on the roof that was just waiting. Probably been sitting here for years if I had my guess. The gutter guards that are on here are pretty much non-existent just because of all the ones that have come off. And you can see there's some areas that are super bad, but you can't get to them without removing the gutter guards. So this is going to be, I'd say maybe a gutter guard removal is what's needed on this. And that is going to be a different price because it is going to take a lot more time. And I was definitely under the impression that these gutters were not great, but this just feels a little bit like they were abandoned after they installed the gutter guards. You can see this is the gutter guard I was trying to film from the ground. It's just hanging off, so I don't know how long that's been gone. But this one here that's intact is completely full. So all of these gutter guards are either going to have to come off or get flipped up. Within that, it's going to be in my way from trying to clean them out. And I'm assuming that the whole house is going to be like this. So I have requested a call from the owner of this house. This is a rental property, so I'm going to see what they are willing to do here and what their timeline is going to be, because this is probably not going to be completed today. There is considerable damage under here. All of this trim is falling apart, and the fascia behind here is in very bad condition. This is on the right side of the home when facing the street. So this gutter looks pretty decent, but behind it, that wood's gonna have to be replaced. Alright, so far the rest of the house, I'm about halfway through checking the gutter lines, are pretty clean. So it's really just that one corner that I started on was absolutely terrible. So I'll give the customer a call back and let them know I may have overreacted in my first judgment on this and kind of go from there. Alright, so this one is halfway done. I'm finally done with the gutters, and this is I still have to wash the house. I spent about 3 hours on the gutters, which they were that bad. They are empty and flowing now. I'm gonna finish getting cleaned up here, everything packed away, and then start setting up my pressure washing gear. I ended up having to, you can see that big wet spot there where all the leaves were. Ended up having to reschedule my second job for the day just because it's not gonna happen. I gotta finish this one up. Alright, time to get it done. Alright, so we are finally washing on this one. And hopefully we are able to get out here before it storms. I got absolutely soaked yesterday, so I'm looking to not repeat that if I can. This one I might have done well having a helper. I knew it was going to be a bigger than normal job in expecting, I guess, this big of a job, so I didn't bring anybody on. It's also slow season, so any profit that I can save not paying labor is needed. So unfortunately I had to give up my day off but to reschedule the other job that I had on for today, but sometimes I have to do that. The house washing itself on this is not super bad. It's hardy board siding, so it doesn't grow algae quite as fast as the vinyl siding does. And I'm still grateful to have this job, and hopefully I can get them on a recurring schedule. I've already talked to them about doing this every 6 months on gutter cleaning, so maybe we can make that a thing, and next time I come out it won't be so bad. We got rumbling and tumbling of thunder off in the distance. I just checked my weather app, and even though it's wrong most of the time, it currently says that it's not supposed to rain here for another few hours, so I'm hoping that whatever that is I'm hearing just passes right on by, and I can get this one done, and then I get to go home because I rescheduled my next job. So there's a silver lining to that rain cloud. Alright, get to work in the shade a lot today. Most of the really, really bad gutters were actually kind of inside these trees, so I got to hang out in a shady, dark area. Yay me. Still put on sunscreen though. Can't get away from my safety routine. Not preferable washing in the rain, but if it ends up happening, it ends up happening. Trying to give this a little extra dwell time. The areas I've already washed and rinsed were very, the spider webs were not quite ready to come off, so they were hard to rinse. I'm trying to give this a little more time. Yeehaw. Honestly, couldn't even tell you what's wrong with me today. I've been at this house for 5.5 hours doing gutter cleaning and house washing, and I had to reschedule my second job because I just don't have time today. And I'm feeling very, I don't know, inept, feeling some first year vibes, rookie mistakes, just off my game today. One house took me all day. It's just It doesn't happen anymore. I've had maybe a couple times this year where I've had similar happen, but the situations were far more extreme than what I faced today. And I got home earlier than what I'm going to today as well, so I don't know. But I'm going to finish this up so I can get out of here. I've got one more side to rinse. Alright, so I am finally home, and I will just go ahead and say it. Not every day is a great day. Some days you don't feel good, some days you've got a cold, and some days you're moving just a little slower than normal. I'm going to take 100% responsibility for why it took me all day to do one gutter clean with a house wash, and I'm going to move forward. I'm grateful that my second customer of the day was willing to get rescheduled, so I'm going to go ahead and get them taken care of later in the week. And yeah, well, if it ever happens to you guys, just remember, we all have bad days. All right, y'all be safe out there.